11 states have the Blue Envelope Initiative, and Utah will now be the 12th. I wanted to bring a very special lady on who is behind this initiative, the Autism Council of Utah's founder and executive director, Cheryl Smith. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing?
I've been great, Gina. Thanks.
For those of you who don't know, I got to meet Cheryl this spring when I went out to Utah. And Cheryl, you are the founder and executive director of the Autism Council of Utah. Care to share what your organization's all about?
Yeah, so we put every resource that we know about on our website for folks to find out about autism. And we also give grants and take on special projects. So all of the money that we get goes back into the state of Utah because we're all volunteers.
Oh, wow. And one of the big projects is the Blue Envelope Initiative. Care to share? A lot of people, 11 states know about it, but you in Utah will be the 12th state behind this initiative. What is it all about?
So exciting. So one of our special projects was we got mandatory law enforcement training passed in the legislation for law enforcement and first responders to learn about autism and mental illness. And along with that, one of our officers came to me and said he had had a woman approach him, a mom, and said her child on the spectrum is going to start driving. And she was interested in him doing some sort of training with that. So he approached me and we started this Blue Envelope project, which, like you said, some other states have it, but we're really excited about it.
And do you have a picture of the Blue Envelope that you can show everyone?
I do. So this is the Blue Envelope, and we'll add this to our training so officers know when they pull someone over and that person reaches for their glove box, it's this blue envelope. It lets the officer know that the driver may have some funky issues with communication. They might act a little differently, but they're on the autism spectrum. And then inside this envelope is everything that they need for an officer interaction. So a copy of their driver's license, the registration, their insurance, and it also has inside a little card that talks about that they are on the autism spectrum and they might react differently to sounds and lights and that kind of thing. And then on the back, it has all their contact information, who the officer can contact in case the interaction isn't going well, their phone numbers, notes, everything that they ever needed to know about that person in a traffic stop.
It just goes to show you you will be the 12th state to, pass this initiative and go through this act. And you think about all of the 50 states, and we only have 12 on board of this. Autism is everywhere. You've been doing this for 20 plus years, your Autism Council of Utah. What have you seen better? And what have you seen kind of gotten worse?
Well, when I do this training for officers and first responders, they are hungry for it. They want a positive interaction. Yes. So that's really awesome to see. And a lot of them are blown away by the information. They just don't know unless they have a family member with autism. So I love that they want to have this win-win interaction with our families. And, there's always something to complain about, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to complain.
We are moving the needle forward for sure. With me today, Cheryl Smith, the founder and executive director of the Autism Council of Utah. When we get back, we're going to find out even more about the different projects that the Autism Council of Utah take part in. Stay with me.
Don's Tree Service is awesome.
Love Don's Tree Service. They've come out for a giant oak tree removal, another for some debris removal.
One thing I really appreciated about Don's Tree Service, they come, they take those trees down, and they take everything away.
For a free estimate, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-TREE, or find them online at donstree.com.
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. With me today, Cheryl Smith, founder and executive director of the Autism Council of Utah. Now, outside of this Blue Envelope project and initiative that you're behind, what other projects do you take part of there in Utah? Do you build playgrounds? I heard you say you take all the money in, but then how does it go back into the community?
Well, we give grants to all kinds of autism providers, public schools, research, everything that has something to do with autism. But along with the Blue Envelope, we're also doing mock traffic stops, which I'm really excited about. So we are going to have actual officers there. We're going to have the blue envelopes. We're going to have these people on the spectrum who want to practice a mock traffic stop engage in that activity, because you know how much better it is if you've actually done it, right? The one
Sure.
kid that we did it with didn't even make it to the police pulling him over because he was so anxious. So I'm really excited about spreading that through the state. And we are also putting PEC signs in all of our parks. And PECs are picture exchange communication, so that children on the spectrum or anybody who's nonverbal or who has trouble communicating can use those boards. Those are my latest projects. And oh my gosh, there's another one that's super cool.
I can't wait.
We're going into the University of Utah Medical School and training the medical students on the lived experience for adults with autism and IDD. Not how to diagnose, not how to treat, but rather, why can't Carson wear a cast because of his sensory issues? Or why can't he have an MRI? You know, it's the lived experience of these adults on the spectrum.
I can't remember who I was speaking to, a medical student who then went on to be a doctor. And they told me something like, in their medical school training, in their 4 years that they're in medical school, they get 3 weeks, only 3 weeks of education on autism, Down syndrome, you know, all the various disabilities. 3 weeks out of 4 years. And when you look at our numbers, I mean, I kind of was like dumbfounded and shocked and speechless, and I never am speechless. So I couldn't believe that. So I love what you're doing out there. Utah seems to be becoming more and more progressive in the world of disabilities, and certainly with autism. So tell us what kind of galas or fundraisers that we can all get behind to help further the cause.
Well, you know, we don't have galas. We used to. And we used to have a golf tournament, but now people give us money because we have no administrative fees. So if you want to give us money, we will spend it. We'll spend it responsibly. So just get on my website, and we have a place there that you can donate.
What is that website?
AutismCouncilofUtah.org.
And are you on socials as well, Cheryl, with the Autism Council? Because I'm really hoping that you can capture some of that video of these mock trial runs and pictures, because I really think too, you know, for the states that are progressive, like California, Connecticut, you know, Connecticut was the first state to pass the blue envelope, that we bring your leaders like you and all of the other ones to get this pushed through to every state, because it's just kind of like a no-brainer to me.
Well, yeah, and we don't know. You know, I didn't know the blue envelope happened in 12 states. I didn't know. If this officer, Cash, hadn't came to me and said, let's do this, I wouldn't even know about it. So I'd love to know what everybody else is doing so that we can do it here.
Well, that's why you have this show, Life with the Spectrum, Cheryl. I try to connect the dots.
Gina.
I want to get back out to Utah sooner than later. I don't think I can make it there during the winter, though, Cheryl, because quite honestly, I hear there's a lot of snow. But
just start skiing
or snowboarding or just, I don't know, ice skating, something along those lines for sure. And you can do that all out in Utah. And Cheryl, next time I get back there, I can't wait to meet up with you again. I so appreciate your time today, Cheryl. And the Autism Council of Utah.org, Autism Council of Utah on socials as well, correct?
Correct.
Well, thanks again for being on the show, and thank you for getting behind the blue envelope.
Thank you, Gina.
If you have a soon-to-be driver that's on the spectrum, or you're a driver on the spectrum, did you know about this Blue Envelope Initiative? It is terrific. And you can join the states: Arizona, Arkansas, California, Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Vermont, and now Utah. The 12 states that have the Blue Envelope. And I hear that here in Georgia, Fulton County may start thinking about doing the Blue Envelope Initiative, but I think it should be statewide. And I think wherever you're living, watching this episode, if you want to get back in touch with Cheryl and ask how she did it, how she brought the Blue Envelope Initiative to Utah, and how you can get behind it where you live, make sure to reach out, autismcouncil.org. of Utah.org. Every week, it is our sole goal to bring you the latest information, tools, resources, organizations, foundations, people making a world of difference in the world of ASD. It's why we do what we do here at Life with the Spectrum. So make sure you find it as a podcast, like, comment, share, most of all, subscribe so you get that ping when a new episode drops. And thank you so much for tuning in to Life with the Spectrum. I hope that we get the blue envelope here in GA sooner than later. See ya.
Bye.